They want me to give up everything on faith I co-own a plot of land with my older brother Luca. It was gifted to both of us by our grandfather when I was around 16, but the gift came with strings, specifically a mountain of debt that made the land worthless for years. At the time, the family made a verbal arrangement. Luca would take over the property, deal with the debt, and once our parents passed, I'd inherit their house in return. I was young, naive, and honestly didn't care about any of it back then. I was still living at home, finishing school, and assumed that everything would be handled fairly. I agreed on the condition that my parents would create a will naming me as sole heir to the house. That will never appeared. Over the next few years, Luca chipped away at the debt. He handled the paperwork, dealt with the banks, and finally paid off the last 5,000 euros himself 2 years ago. Since then, he's acted like the land is fully his. I assumed the same, actually, until I found out, during a conversation with a lawyer friend, that legally, I still own half. Nothing ever changed on paper. Now I'm 24 and studying architecture in Italy. I've been away from home for a while and out of the loop. Last week, I got an email from Luca saying he needs me to sign over my share immediately so he can move forward with building permits and a loan. I replied that I'd be happy to, as soon as our parents finalize their will, officially naming me as sole inheritor of the house. Suddenly, everything blew up. My parents accused me of being ungrateful and manipulative. Luca called me greedy. They all insist I'm blocking his future and holding the family back. Instead of agreeing to the will, they offered a different deal. I could have the house eventually, but I'd have to cover all funeral costs and, here's the kicker, I wouldn't be allowed to deny any family member a place to stay in it. So basically, I'd own the house, but couldn't control who lived there. Meanwhile, I'd still be paying for everything. I told them flat out no. I then offered a compromise. I'd keep my share of the land for now, and in the meantime, Luca could continue developing it as he wished. We'd sign a temporary agreement where I wouldn't sell or lease my portion until the house officially became mine. If for some reason I didn't inherit the house, he'd buy me out of the land at a fair market rate. That way, we both had protection. They refused, called it manipulation again. They're pushing hard for me to just trust them and sign over my only current asset. No paperwork, no guarantees. I'm being told I don't deserve anything, that I should just be thankful to be included in any future inheritance. But the fact they won't put it in writing makes me think there's a very real chance I end up with nothing. They're making it personal now. Luca says I'm sabotaging his future. My mom told me I've already had too many advantages, studying abroad, running away from family responsibilities, and that it's time I gave something back. But here's the truth. I'm not trying to take more than what was promised. I just want that promise to be real, in writing, with legal backing. If they genuinely plan to give me the house, what's the harm in making it official? They act like I'm playing chess, but really I'm just trying not to get screwed. I get that Luca worked hard to clear the debt. I'm not trying to take that away from him. I'm just not willing to gamble my future on a handshake and a "we'll take care of you later." This might sound cold, but I don't care anymore if it causes a permanent rift. They've made it clear that their version of family means giving everything and asking for nothing. I'm not playing that game, so no, I won't sign anything until I get what was promised in writing.